No, I'm doing that again. No, please don't use that, please. I hate you, I know you're going to use that. It'll start with that, won't it? Isn't it lovely? One of the reasons we're in a cottage, a lovely cottage like this, and not a boat, is that a few days ago this river was flooded. Apparently it came all the way up to this mound of grass here, and there's a pub down there which was flooded all the way on the bottom sort of ground floor. So I'm very grateful we're in a cottage and not floating. Come on, darling. This weekend Mabel and I have come to the River Severn. This fast flowing monster behind me is the River Severn. We're in a place called Shropshire, which is a county in the middle of England, and a few days ago this was flooded. If I was standing here a few days ago, the water would have been over my head. So we've come here because, two reasons really. It's a very pretty part of the world, and secondly there's a place called Ironbridge just about a mile upstream that way, and we're going to stroll there now and take a look round. Ready, Mabel? Let's go. Hey Mabel, come on darling, good girl. One of the things about Ironbridge, this area, it's famous for making tiles. So this is now a craft centre. This is Moore's Craft Centre, but in the old days it was a tile factory, and there's quite a few of them around. Come on, punk. There is a problem with being lazy and not doing research, and that is I don't really know the way. So I've just come down here and this is not the way, so I'm going to try the next path and see if that is the way. Come on, Mabel. You know, I love reading the placards you find and the signs as you walk through. I've just read one back there. This looks like a boring, ordinary wall, but in fact it is all that remains of a huge, long kiln. As I said, this is an area famous for making tiles, and there was the factory just there. This was a tunnel kiln, a Dressler tunnel kiln. And so the idea was they got their piece of pottery, they put them on little carriages, and they slowly went through the tunnel and they fired as they went through, and they came out the other end. And the bit I really liked, so I'm a bit of a romantic at heart, is that apparently, because it was always warm, young lovers used to come down, and when it wasn't firing stuff they'd walk along around here, and because it was warm they would call this the Tunnel of Love. Courting couples. Ah, and I'm here with Mabel. Mabel, come here. Mwah. Come on, Mabel. Seriously, I can't get over the water. It looks really sort of mesmerising and interesting. But then you watch what it's doing, and I just think, I'd be really scared if I was on it. It's all sort of slowly boiling away. It's like someone is in a really bad mood, but is trying not to show it. Or maybe that's just me showing my childhood fears. Either way, I'm not going in. I love swimming in the sea or rivers or lakes, but I'm always nervous when it's living water, when it's flowing. Like, if you look at this river, it's flowing that way really, really quickly. But if you look at the water just next to the bank, it's going that way really quickly. I know I'm going on about this, but if you went in there, it would be really, really scary. We were talking to Sonia, the lovely lady who looks after Puddle Duck Cottage, and she said the river has slowed down. It's not as fast as it was a few days ago. And we were just trying to work out how fast it's going, and we saw things going past and cars going past. We think it's probably doing about 25 miles an hour. That's like 40 kilometers an hour. That's pretty fast. Yikes. Careful. Oh, I can't resist. Come on, Mabel. Yay! Mabel. Come on. There's some bird tables in the garden. They've got like baskets to stop the squirrels getting at the bird food. And there's a bunch of long-tailed tits, who are some of my favourite birds from the UK. And there's even a little robin too. Another few hundred metres, another tile factory. Must say this one's quite pretty. It's got tiles above the windows. Very nice. The sun is shining. I have a shopping bag, and Ironbridge is a mile that way, so we're going to go on, explore, and hopefully get something for lunch as well. Come on, Mabel. We've lost the sun, but we haven't lost hope. It will come back. The joys of the countryside. The footpath is closed, so I've got to work out whether I go over the bridge or I go down that way. So 1 second, I'll look over the bridge. The very steep bridge. Whoa! I'm going that way. So the joy of getting lost and the path being closed is I discovered this. The site of the first free bridge across the river in this gorge. So imagine if you were the ferryman and your job was ferrying people across, and they said, mate, we've had a great idea, we're going to build a bridge and it's free. You'd be really annoyed. I hope you got a job. Perhaps you got a job like painting the bridge. I hope so. We are now officially lost. That's the thing with not doing research. I don't do research, I don't tend to carry maps. I just sort of wander, because I like happy accidents, seeing what you find. And what we've found at the moment is that there is no path. So we hope if we keep on going, we find the path. Come on, Mabel, lead me to the path. So there you go, our first sight of the Ironbridge. We are no longer lost. It says there that this bridge was cast in Coalbrookdale, which is like the town just literally over the hill. And I think it's called Ironbridge because it was the first bridge made of iron. Now I'm not sure if that was the first in the world or just the first made of this particular type of iron. Either way, it's famous and it's a really cute place and we're not lost. So it's good, it's a win. Come on, Mabel, let's go find a cafe next. Come on, little doggy. I've just read the table of tolls, the original price list for crossing the bridge, and I love it because everyone had to pay. So it doesn't matter if you're a soldier or the mail coach, or even if you're a member of the royal family, you still have to pay. Brilliant. One last point. I wasn't sure about this bridge, what the history of it was, and now I know. It's the first cast iron bridge in the world, and it was opened in 1781. And I know because I just read it on this sign. Come on. There's a lot of steps and a lot of hills, but it's worth it. It's very cute. I like it here.